I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of witty play-on titles about how this game committed suicide, but speculative quality aside, there's one thing that confuses me more than anything else with this game. Its portrayal of Harley Quinn. Harley has been one of the most fascinating stories in terms of cultural significance. Originally, she was a TV original that was made to serve as a one-time thug, until her story evolved into one of the most traumatic and harmful relationships in entertainment history, until 50 Shades came out. But then something really peculiar happened. Around the 2010s, Harley became a female empowerment icon, making history by ditching the Joker and becoming her own anti-hero. It's been one of the wildest transformations across all forms of media. I've never seen the core identity of a character become totally reversed like this. And while this era of Harley has given us some poor showings, like Suicide Squad 1 and Birds of Prey, it's also given us the best Western animated show of the 2010s with the Harley Quinn show. It's probably the third best superhero show ever made, behind Justice League/Justice League Unlimited and Teen Titans. But having this version of Harley in the Suicide Squad is a massive problem, because Rocksteady already established that this version of Harley is nothing like her modern self. I suppose when Rocksteady made this iteration of her for Arkham Asylum, they had no way of knowing what she'd become or how far they'd fall, but I'm sure someone else will cover that. The version of Harley introduced in the Arkham trilogy is single-handedly the darkest, most sickening version of her ever portrayed. Her loyalty to the Joker is as intense as always, but even the comics had the modesty to not be so blatantly sexual about it. Her outfit in the original game is a fetishistic nightmare. I doubt she picked this outfit on her own, and if she did, it was to satisfy the hungry, depraved eyes of her master. This is the game telling us that Harley is an object to the Joker, as he is objectifying her, or he's set an expectation where she thinks she has to objectify herself for him. This version of Harley is dumb, trusting, easy to manipulate, and keeps in line. This is the classic master and servant relationship taken to the mature extreme. In Arkham City, it becomes even worse. She's still that sick, twisted girl who's been perverted by this clown, both physically and mentally, and it's pushed her to a dark place. So much so that when he dies, she goes into an uncontrollable rage, so intent on hurting Batman that she becomes every bit as demented as her muse. She takes control of the faction, and her unbridled rage is on full display. She dehumanizes the goons and makes insane requests of them, and while they're scared to defy the Joker because he's always in control of every situation, Harley is a loose cannon and is just randomly barking orders. She's so distraught by losing her abuser that the whole DLC is dedicated to her, and her awful display of grief shows that long after his death, the Joker will always have her mind under his spell. He's completely murdered Harleen Quinzel, and he's even broken Harley Quinn, taking everything away from her twice. It's one of the sickest acts he's ever performed. And this version of Harley is so desperately loyal to him that when there's a slim chance for him to be revived, she throws everything she's got at Batman just to have an opportunity to be with her beloved. Indeed, this is a version of Harley that will never escape the Joker. So explain to me again how she seems to be completely fine in Kill the Justice League? She's her new, chipper, chaotic self in this hyper-energetic shooter? Like, you made an entire DLC talking about how this is something she will literally never recover from, how she was broken beyond repair, and now in the next game she's fine? Now, they had no way of knowing that Harley would go through this cultural shift into an empowerment icon, but that doesn't mean you can adapt it when you already have your own version of Harley Quinn. The new Harley Quinn only works because she finally had enough of the Joker, realizes she's better off without him, and starts her sapphic relationship with Poison Ivy as God intended. She can't go through with that shift if there's no Joker to break up with. Am I supposed to believe she just got over it, and whoops, all that dark character development we did for her is out the window because no one ever wants to see an abused Harley Quinn ever again? Honestly, I just don't accept that this game is in the Arkhamverse. It creates too many plot holes. like the Justice League not helping out with the nationwide threat in Arkham Knight, and this one's kind of important, Floyd Lawton being black? You already established him as white. You can't just change him into Will Smith when you already have a Deadshot and just expect no one to notice. I thought I would literally be dead in the ground before I ever uttered this sentence unironically, and I feel sick to my core that I'm forced to say it now. Still, they actually blackwashed Deadshot. I can't believe for once the weirdos are right. And just to be 100% clear, I don't care that Will Smith was initially cast as Deadshot. His race isn't an essential part of his character, but you already have a canonical Floyd Lawton in this universe who is white, and now they're just suddenly not. Honestly, I love this new version of Harley Quinn. It's been so amazing to see her become someone in control of her own life, and to leave that darkness behind, and I'm a fan of leaving her old self behind. But the Arkham Harley is different. She's the most mature adaptation we've ever seen, and Rocksteady went above and beyond with an entire DLC to affirm her obsession. So retconning or erasing it for Kill the Justice League, in my eyes, is a cardinal sin against one of the best and unique adaptations of Harley Quinn we've ever seen.